Hello, viewers. Good morning. My name is Augustine Miracle from the University of Cross River State, Calabar, Mass Communication Department. Alright, I want to talk about this topic, malpractices in the educational systems. When I'm talking about malpractices in the educational systems of Nigeria, I'm not just only referring on one or two universities. I'm bringing it home to all the universities across the state, across the country. Okay, when we talk about these malpractices done in the educational systems of Nigeria, you can agree with me, you as a viewer, you can agree with me that mostly people who suffer these malpractices are the female ones. I'm not saying that everyone is not affected, but I mean the people who are mostly affected are the female ones. For example, when a lecturer is demanding for sex for grades, you can agree with me that not a female lecturer cannot walk up to a guy. It's rare. Even if it happens, it's rare. It's not possible for a female lecturer to walk up to a man or a guy and demand for sex for grades. The only people who are only affected in this issue is the female ones. Sex for grades, money for upgrading of scores. A student can write in an exam and read, burn all the midnight candles, read, do everything necessary, obtain every material necessary and read, and in the exam time he or she will write whatever he has read and put everything he has read into practice and write everything. And at the end of the day, such students will be seeing an E, F, D in the result, and all these things, it kills the reading culture of students. Yes, it really does. It kills reading culture of every student. For example, I'm a student. Then after burning all my midnight candles, doing everything, obtaining every necessary materials, reading, and at the end of the day, my result comes out and I'm seeing what I didn't expect. It kills my reading culture, and it makes me believe that everything in school here is all about money. You can obtain any grade you want once you have the money, and that is very very bad. So those malpractices are not encouraging students at all. They are rather discouraging them, making them not to be coming to school. Any student that remembers coming to school, that person will stay back and say, after all, what am I going to school to do? Is it not at the end of the day I'll carry my money and give to them? It's better I stay at home and sleep and do something else with my life, or I'll go and get money at the end of the semester. I'll go and give them money, because money, that is the only language they understand. No, lecturers, they are creating bad impression. They are giving us, we students, bad mindset to believe that even if we don't read, we will pass once we have our money, and that can kill the reading culture of every student as long as Nigeria is concerned. So I call on lecturers or anybody that knows any lecturer, please and please, demanding money or sex from students in order to obtain mark, in order to obtain grades, can kill the reading culture of every student. It can make them to believe that even without studying, even without burning my midnight candles, I can still get an A or B. Okay, listen to this story. This happened in one university in Nigeria here. A student was given an F in a course, though the student he's a brilliant one. He's a bright student. So when the result came out, he saw an F in his result. So he didn't believe it. He was flabbergasted. He was extremely surprised. Even the other student that saw it said, no, this person cannot get this grade in this school, because we know this student. This student, he's very intelligent. He's one of the people that answers question in class. Then when the student took it to another lecturer that he knows, then the lecturer went and confronted the owner of the course, the course owner, to try and sit with him and explain what happened to the result to him. And at the end of the day, the owner of the owner of the course now called the guy and asked him some few questions regarding to the course that he was handling, that he failed. And the boy Luckily for him, he answered all the questions correctly. And the man now said, what really happened? Does it mean that this result were faked or what? And last, the boy was given his normal grade, which was an A. You can agree with me that the other students in that course, in that department, that had the same grade there, they also had the same grade, and they left it because they had no one to complain to. Luckily for the guy, he had a lecturer that he went and complained to and say, madam, see what happened. My result, I had an F, and I know what I wrote. I'm not supposed to have an F in this result, but look at what happened. The woman now took it upon herself to go and report the result. And you can believe that there are other students in that department that also had an E or F in that course, which was what we are not supposed to have that grade, but they were given that grade. And you can see that they don't have anything to do. They cannot complain to anybody, don't have anybody to run to, so they now have to take it like that. At the end of the day, that grade will be bringing down their GP. And at the end of the year, at the end of your program, you come out with a third class or second class lower, and which is not what you are supposed to get. It only depends on what they gave you. Another issue is the issue of carelessness. At the end of the semester, various persons, not just 1, 2 or 3 persons, like 20, 30 persons will be getting missing script, and and that is very, very bad. Does it mean that those people that got that missing script, they didn't write exam? These are my course mates that I wrote the same exam with. I sat down with them, I even submitted with them. How come my script, I'm seeing my script, I'm seeing my result, and they are not seeing theirs? Is it not an alarming issue? The issue of missing script, the issue of seeing another thing in the lecturer's book, and another thing in the result sheet. A case of a lecturer gave you a C or B in his book, and took it to the cyber cafe where they will print it at, and at the end of the day, when you go to the notice board, you see it's F there. How come? How did all these things happen? These are things that lecturers and people in high ranks in the department should look up to. Please, people should come to our aid. These are not things that we should be joking with. I read, I do everything. I burn my midnight candles. At the end of the day, you are giving me F. I did my assessment. I bought textbook. I do come to class. I attended 75% of your lectures. I wrote exam and I wrote well. Even if I didn't write perfectly, at least I wrote something. I wrote well. So why are you giving me an F? This is something that we should look up to. Please, lecturers, we beg you. Please make these things easier for us. The economy is hard. Times are very, very hard. Things are not good. Things are not okay in the country. Our parents barely get money to pay our school fees. So these are not things you people should make us regret coming to the university. We are only here to learn, acquire knowledge, not just what we were taught in the class. Acquire other things, learn other things, not just the education. We are not just here to read, get our result and leave. We are also here to build friendships. At least my lecturer here should also be a friend to me. Even when I see him or her outside, I should not be raining curses upon him. This man, what you did to me, I can never forget. No, this is a relationship we should build. Please, we call up on lecturers. Please, we beg you people, just have mercy on us. Please, these are not something you people should be making us regret coming to the universities. We call upon lecturers and anybody that has to do with education. Please make this thing easier for us. We only came here to study, to acquire knowledge, degrees, and find our way. Please don't make it difficult for us. Thank you very much. I've come to the end of my speech. Thank you as you listen. Thank you for listening. God bless you.